So hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Hopping Mallu. Have you, first of all, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever heard of a Maruti Suzuki Swift? You must have been, as it's the most famous family car, which is a 1.2 liter engine which produces around 82 bhp power. So it's a normal car, isn't it? It's a basic family car. But I want to show you a Swift which will just blow off your mind. It's the India's fastest Suzuki Swift. I'll just show you. Come on. So here is the Swift I was talking about. Wait. This is not an ordinary Swift. So it needs an extraordinary intro. So in 3, 2, 1. So let me introduce you to the owner of this beast. So he is Mr. Achintya Mehrotra, owner of AM Racing as well as owner of this beast. So sir, introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Achintya Mehrotra. I am 30 years old and I am the proprietor of AM Racing. And this is one of my cars. It's called the TurboCat. It's a 1600cc turbocharged Swift, built specifically for tarmac autocrosses and a bit of track days, and I think it's been winning the overall fastest laps since last 6 years, since 2015 at the BIC or whatever tarmac autocross was happening, barring just one, I guess.
So what's the point behind the name TurboCat?
So TurboCat was basically in 2016, AutoX magazine, they had they invited 10 car owners, modified car owners to the BIC. That time they had asked me that, do you have any name of the car? And it just suddenly, I said it's called TurboCat because if you see, this is the SWAT Cat logo. Okay. Yeah. So their jet was called TurboCat.
So all of a sudden you thought...
Yeah, it's a TurboCat because it has cat-like reflexes, had cat-like handling. Okay. It's a turbocharged vehicle, so what better to say that it's not a TurboCat.
Apt name for it.
It's the best name. This is one of my 3 Suzukis. So I personally prefer Suzukis because it doesn't pinch you if it breaks down. The parts are so damn cheap. You can keep stock of I don't know how many parts, and there are a lot of parts available overseas, from Japan and outside because of this being a global car. The amount of suspension and the amount of LSD varieties you can get and the brakes, it's crazy. So you have a lot of options in that. I would say this is the India's fastest tarmac spec Swift. The original car, this particular model, was rated at 1000 kilos. So it's hardly 5 kgs of weight reduction. Earlier it used to weigh around 920 kilos without the roll cage. So that time it was even more quicker because of the low weight. But because of the technical regulations for the autocross, we need to have a mandatory roll cage now. Yeah.
So what do you do for a living?
So as I told, I am the proprietor for AM Racing, and AM Racing is basically responsible for importing a few Japanese brands and Cobra suspension from Netherlands in India. So as you can see, like Dixel brakes, so we started off with Dixel brakes in Japan. So I have a signed contract with them, which makes me the only official importer.
So let's check out what's inside the hood. So here is the engine bay of this beast.
As you can see, we have swapped the engine. It's from a G13 to a G16B, which is the old Baleno. It's been turbocharged. The engine work, the turbocharging, and quite a few of the build has been done at FRK Racing Bangalore. Things which you see over here, let's say the HPI Megamax air filter, that's imported by me. These are SARD fuel injectors, high flow fuel injectors, that's imported by me. It's the blue ones which you see over there. Then you see this oil catch can, that is also from HPI Japan. There's a Cusco front brace, one of the braces out of I think so 8 or 9 in this car. So if you see, if I just try to press the car down to make you feel how stiff it is, see,
It's quite stiff.
It's quite stiff, it's quite stable, it runs almost flat through corners.
In the previous BIC event, I saw that the Audi S6 was beaten by this car.
Yeah, and that's a
So-
550 horsepower car versus probably 150. It's the entire setup. It's, as I say, it's always been the traction. The first thing to focus is suspension, brakes, wheels, tires, gearbox and LSD. The turbo also has been chosen as per autocross. It's not a big turbo. You can see it's a very small turbo.
quite small turbo.
It's to spool up faster. It's
not-
need to be quick from point A to point B, and that point A to point B is probably 10 meters, 70 meters, 100 meters maximum. We don't have that long stretches in autocross.
So moving further ahead, let's check out what all interior works has been done.
So the first thing is, you can see, is the steering wheel. It's a 3-spoke steering, slightly shorter in diameter. This is the original Sparco Sprint seats for FIA spec. This is the HPI camouflage FIA spec 4-point harness. This is the cutoff switch basically, electrical cutoff switch if you want to say. So this electrical cutoff switch will cut off all the electrical circuit, the battery, the alternator, the entire car. Like this also is in off position, this is on position.
Okay.
Okay.
When you just remove that, all the electrical parts.
Everything, you can't even start the car.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a added safety tool also. With the original key also you can't start the car. So this is running a Race Dynamics 1401 ECU.
Race dynamics.
Hardy.
Okay.
You can see. Currently I have disconnected the ECU because it's giving some problems since I don't know how many months.
So on the track.
On the track I have to use the ECU.
Yeah.
Of course I can't use the stock ECU because the stock ECU can't provide that much fuel.
Okay.
So you need a standalone. This is a standalone ECU basically. Okay. All the wiring, everything has to be done. It's all been done at FRK. Okay. Even the mapping of it has been done at FRK. You can see the roll cage. It's a FIA spec roll cage built by FRK Racing. So this is the Cusco strut brace, the rear strut brace. This is the Lyle or the P-Trust Japan C-pillar. In case a car topples, you don't want your head or helmet or whatever it is, okay, to go and hit this metal part, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if you see, only that portion is covered with foam, so that it absorbs more of
that
it.
pressure
Yes.
or something.
Okay, this is a fiber. The rear doors are fiber. The front bonnet is fiber. This glass is all
This is also fiber.
Poly glass.
Talking about brakes.
It's just a better quality brake which I am running, which is from Dixel Japan. It's a slotted rotor, 6 slots, okay, on each side. It's a Z-type pad. Z-type is rated from 0 to 850 degrees centigrade. The compound is metallic graphite. These wheels are from NK Japan. It's the design is PF01. These weigh in around 6.8 kgs per wheel, quite light compared to the conventional wheels.
What suspension are you currently using in it?
So in this car I'm using a Cusco 2-way adjustable suspension. It's the Sport R.
Okay.
R is basically for the racing tire, that is slick tire. So this suspension is tuned for working in conjunction with race tires more than street tires. The most visible change is that addition of mesh grill here and here. So that is for the additional airflow to the intercooler and to the radiator.
Yeah.
And as you can see, there is one additional fan, small electric
So
fan.
there are
which has
like
been-
2 fans.
There are 2 fans which can be manually controlled at my go from the inside. There are 2 switches.
Yeah.
One is the normal regular fan which goes up at 90 degrees. Okay. And if I want it to run earlier, I can use it with the switch.
Okay.
This particular electric fan is done by me only. It doesn't run automatically. It's only during extremely hot conditions when we need to switch on the fans.
The additional fans.
Yeah, usually I do switch on the fans at all times.
Yeah.
So as to keep the temperatures intact.
So what exhaust are you currently running on?
So I'm running a Fujitsu exhaust system, axle back muffler.
Fujitsu.
It's a Japanese brand. It's the #1 brand in Japan. They are only manufacturing exhaust system, and they don't manufacture any universal exhausts. Okay, so you'll find stamped exhaust. That's all fake. Okay, so they only make dedicated as per vehicle. So this particular axle back exhaust is made for a Swift having a M15 or M13 engine in Japan.
Basically, power numbers doesn't matter. Numbers doesn't matter to a car like this.
For the events wherein I participate, power figures I would say secondary or tertiary, because the concept is simple. When you have to tackle a track which is having just probably 70 odd meters of straight and everything else are corners, you don't need a 500 horsepower car or a 300 horsepower car. You need to have a 100 horsepower car also, but that 100 horsepower has to go to the ground efficiently at every turn. So we have to maximize the traction and the grip levels
On the wheels.
so that the entire contact patch of the tire is at all times, giving the maximum tractive forces to the vehicle, so that the car can tackle corners easily with the least wheel spin, I would say. This is basically a INAC 1 car. By INAC 1 I mean an unrestricted class car, and unrestricted means since it is having an engine swap, any car which you do an engine swap falls in the unrestricted category automatically. So it needs to have the engine which came with the original body shell. Okay. Internals you can change, but if you are changing the complete engine, then it automatically goes to the unrestricted. Now, as I said, originally this came with a G13B BN 1.3 liter. We swapped to a 1.6 liter, so that's why it went to the unrestricted class. Plus, it's a turbocharged. So we need 4-point official harness, FIA spec seats, and a roll cage.
So a very basic doubt would be that how to enroll in this in these events.
You need to follow some pages, depending upon the location. Like I would say, Chennai, Coimbatore have a lot of track races. Maharashtra is mostly about drag races or two-wheeler races. In Delhi NCR, we have autocrosses mostly, and so it depends. Like, from where do you want to start? Like, I started from autocross. I'm still doing autocross. I like that format. It's much more competitive, because the track is hardly, let's say, 2 kilometers or 1.5 kilometers. You have very less chances of making a mistake, and if you make a mistake, you don't have enough turns or enough miles or kilometers, to gain back that time which you have lost making that mistake. In international Gymkhana, when I had gone to South Korea in 2019, I remember we were all driving the same cars. Okay, we were 10 people within 9/10 of a second. So 0.9 seconds had 10 people, 10 competitors. So you can imagine the level of competition and how precise you need to be. The timings are till 3 decimal places, 1000th of a second. Okay, so very precise. Yeah, like people say, what is the 0 to 100 and all that. It doesn't matter. Like, if it is 7 seconds, 8 seconds, even a 4-second car can come to an autocross and get beaten. Maybe the best of the best suspensions you might be using, but if you don't know how to use it, how to set up it, okay, it's still a waste. When there are track days, do something with the suspension, or wherever you are driving on the normal street also, just play around with the damping or with the height, check what is different, what is happening. And
so you have to keep on learning.
Yeah, there is no end to it. I mean,
it's a never-ending process.
It's a never-ending process. Today I'll say this car handles very good. After some time, when let's say the temperature changes, okay, the Terra mechanics will change. That is the interaction between the tire and the road surface. And then because of the tire temperature, because of the ambient temperatures, how the shocks will behave, and that it all changes. It's my 12th year. I'm doing it since 2009.
So what all certificates or awards you have been achieved in these years?
So I have about 152 trophies. I have almost 50 plus wins in autocross and Gymkhana, and more than 90 plus podiums. That's first, second, third and all. I'm the only Indian to ever win a Asia Auto Gymkhana competition, and that was back in 2018 in Bombay. And any international Gymkhana event like in Taiwan, South Korea, Indonesia, India, Thailand, I have been on the podium.
So it's finally time for us to end this video. Special thanks to Mr. Achintya sir for allowing us to shoot this video and for coming here.
So thank you for coming and having a very thorough discussion about the car and what I do and about the events. I just hope that this video reaches to the youngsters and all those who are willing to participate in the events and who are looking to modify their cars, so that they understand what all aspects are most important while starting this car mods. So I hope that the viewers like this video and the specs of the car.
Yeah, I hope you all like this video. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you sir, thank you so much for
Yes.
So let's meet on another video and see another petrol heads or somewhere else. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Hopping Balloon for more such content. If you like this video, and please press the like button and share this to all your petrol heads and friends who are likely to modify their cars. So thank you so much for watching. Goodbye till then. See you.